That you see on the T who is doubly plugged in. I was writing the entire time. I've got my iPod in and intense focus on my phone doing crossword puzzles. And part of the reason for this is that while I am by nature a shy, reserved New Englander, I just have this politeness thing where if somebody looks me in the eye and starts talking to me, I lock in and I nod politely and I listen. And that on the T can be very dangerous. The result has been that before this wonderful technology existed, I got into a lot of very deep, intense, one-sided conversations with crazy strangers. I was a magnet for crazy people. So one of the crazy people I remember in particular was this dude. He was sitting next to me. I had no idea he was crazy. He looked perfectly normal. He gave me this very sharp look and he said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm doing well. How are you doing?" Just locked in. And he asked me without much preamble, "What kind of car do you drive?" And I said, "Well, you know, actually I don't have a car." And he said, "Cadillac. You need to get a Cadillac. It is the best investment you will ever make in your life. Built the best, lasts the longest, great investment. Cadillac." So he was locked in, so you know, I gave him my polite New Englander smile, and I said, "Yeah, Cadillacs are awesome. I'll file that away." And he's like, "Well, you're going to need a car, and you're going to need to get a Cadillac." And I said, "You know, to be perfectly honest, I don't even have a driver's license, so I'm probably not going to get a car anytime soon. Cadillac." And I'm like, "All right, well, if I ever find myself needing a car, I will heed your advice." And he says, "Well, what kind of car do your parents drive?" And I said, "Well, I think they drive a Ford Cadillac. Built the best, lasts the longest, best investment you'll ever make in your life. You need to get a Cadillac." So this continues for about 6 stops. I mostly nodded and gave him a tight smile as he extolled the many virtues of the Cadillac car. I think I might have tried to change the subject once or twice, but it never took. Finally, we hit our stop, and I told him, "Oh, listen, man, this has been great, but I gotta go. Nice to meet you." And he said, "Oh, this is your stop?" And I said, "Yeah, I gotta get off." And he gave me this very sarcastic, "Oh, okay." So I got off. I never figured out the backstory of what happened with him and Cadillacs that made him such a wonderful salesman and spokesman for them. I don't know if he had a wonderful first experience in the backseat of the Cadillac, if he was a member of the Cadillac Corporation. I will let you fill in your own story of what the connection between him and Cadillacs are, but while you are filling it in, I will be listening to my iPod and doing crossword puzzles on my smartphone.